All right, hello, welcome to another video. This one, I'm gonna be real with you guys, real. I've been toying whether to do this one or not. I've had some personal worries and concerns about it, which I'll go into. But ultimately, well, here I am, I'm making a video, so it is about being neurodivergent in the industry. Something that's very close to me. So we've got Balado here today. Say hi.
Hello.
That was very formal, more. That wasn't as zesty as previous. That was, yeah, what? So, he's got questions, and I'm going to answer them. Let's go.
What is your personal blend of neuro spiciness?
Well, my personal blend of neuro spiciness. I'm dyslexic and Asperger's. Those are diagnosed. I do also portray a lot of ADHD symptoms, but the thing with Asperger's is that can often cross over between those kind of, not symptoms, but traits.
What has been your biggest worry or concern about being open here today about it?
Well, my main worry, kind of concern, is that people will think I'm just doing this for attention or jumping on a bandwagon, trying to use it to my advantage or something like that. Also being that it may hinder me from getting where I want to get to and getting the right people to see me or put me forward. Like, they might think, well, oh, he's a nice guy and all that, but we need somebody who can give all of their capacity and have all their faculties or whatever about them. And that's been a genuine concern. But that said, holy crap, imagine coming down that on your bike.
Hell yeah.
And that yeah. That said, I think a lot of this is my own internal feelings that I'm pushing out, and there's a term for this as well, putting it onto the industry, because I know for a fact, even though I know this, I still have these feelings. There's people in the industry, big names who are neurodivergent. You've got Daniel Radcliffe, dyspraxia. You've got Tom Cruise, Jennifer Aniston,
Emma Watson.
ADHD, but Jennifer, Tom Cruise, dyslexic. Actually, no, I wrote this down because I don't want to say it. So Sir Anthony Hopkins, Jerry Seinfeld, who's an American comedian, an actor, and Dan Aykroyd, all Asperger's. Then you've got Emma Watson, Channing Tatum, Ryan Gosling, or ADHD. Radcliffe, I've already said. Jennifer Aniston, Tom Cruise, Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, dyslexia. You know, these guys have been on some incredible projects and have been at the top of their game, you know, and they're neurodiverse. I think some of them have been diagnosed later in life. Some have been somewhat open about it, others not so. I think one of my main struggles over these past few years has been like who to tell about it. You know, who do I need to tell? Do I need to tell everybody I meet? No. You know, it's part of me, it's part of who I am, but I don't need to tell everybody. Could there be certain times and situations where I need to tell some key personnel in the industry, maybe production or the director, so they can understand me as an actor, you know, and helps them, you know, their job is to direct and direct for actors and stuff like that, yeah? The more the director can understand me and how I work, the better they can direct me. So that would be a key person to tell.
What has been your biggest personal battle relating to this?
I think, coupled along with topics I've touched on in previous videos, my biggest like challenge with this has been my own mental health. Dealing with anxieties, depression. I've had that bad before, real bad. Yeah, just general mental health as a result of you know, this condition has been my biggest fight.
Do you think or feel that it gives you any strengths or advantages?
Yes, to some level. I feel not so much as a unique selling point, but as a point that's personal to me. Like, I feel I have a very unique way to look at things that maybe the majority of people don't. I mean, like with my dyslexia for one, right? This is weird, by the way, get how this works. So, I mean, dyslexia doesn't just affect reading and writing. It affects like your daily life and situations, how you take information in around you, and also how you pull it back out. But yeah, I can start learning a script and I can get the words in my head very quickly to the point where I don't need the script for the scene. Yeah. I can get off script fairly quick, which is weird, you know, for me, because when it does come to writing and words, you know, you often get them like bouncing around, or you just miss words or whatever. So yeah, I think it gives me overall some unique perspectives and abilities that that most people don't get.
How do you feel that people perceive you?
Right, we're not going to go uphill because this is going on forever. We're going to head back downhill towards car park. Oh, that's better. I'm so unfit and I really need to get so much fitter, man. How do I feel people perceive me? Well, again, it's probably my own internal thoughts and views and opinions that I externalize which I am so much more vastly aware of these days. But I feel like sometimes, like when I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody, and like there'll be a subject that I know, right? And a person that I know, and I'll be having this conversation, and what was their name? What was that place? And I can't get the information out, you know, and I feel like when I'm trying to have these conversations and stuff, I feel like I look stupid to whoever I'm talking to, or that they're just going to think I'm chatting a load of nonsense, you know, that I'm just chatting shizen. Also, I'm actually, you might not get it from these videos, but I'm actually quite introverted. Social situations and stuff make me feel very uneasy. I would most of the time much rather stay at home with a nice cold drink and, you know, a burger and watch a good film or something. But you know, you have to face these things, and you have to like push past it and put yourself out there, because nothing's going to happen if you don't, you know. You have to get and this can go to many other things, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Do you think the industry could do more on accommodation or make changes to make access to the industry easier?
That's a good question. Overall, no, I don't really think they need to do anything necessarily specific. It's not like the industry needs necessarily, you know, created programs or whatever for neurodiverse people. There's many different avenues in, and neurodivergent people tend to be very creative, you know, and if you're fortunate enough and your creativity and your talent gets, you know, seen and noticed, then, you know, sky can be the limit sometimes. You know, just look at what I said with the names that I've mentioned. Sure, for all individual cases and different scenarios going on, but it's not impossible. You know, there's the only thing stopping you from getting where you want to be, or working towards where you want to be and what you want to do, and this will go for any walk of life. The only thing really stopping you is yourself, your own internal limitations that, you know, you place on yourself. Yeah.
How do you feel about the industry's current understanding and acceptance of neurodivergency?
I think it's very high, actually. Again, you know, there's many neurodivergent people within the industry. And again, this isn't me doing anything for, like, you know, poor me, look at me, you know, give me opportunity, whatever. It's, I said, like, my internal things are already like, you know, I'm worried about this, even though I don't think it will. I'll emphasize again, could hold me back and hinder me. But really, it's just, I want to encourage others. I want to encourage you to, you know, stop holding yourself back. Go out there, you know, get it done. You can do it, absolutely. You know, 5-6 years ago, I wouldn't think I would be where I am now, and I am. Just make a start, you know.
Looking ahead, what are your biggest anxieties about sustaining a career in acting?
that one's a tough one. I think, like, it would be so nice to know you have a plan, you know, or you have a path before you already laid out, but you know where you're gonna go, where it's gonna take you, and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that you never know what's gonna happen. And maybe not so much anxiety here, but like any number of things could happen. The only thing you are guaranteeing if you don't do anything is you're never going to get, you know, what you want. But I think just keep working on myself, and keep trying to better myself. You get days where you struggle and you doubt yourself, and you worry, you know, and you're down here. But as long as you don't let that spiral and fester, you know, just keep yourself going up. Even if you have a bad day, that is absolutely fine. You know, even a bad week or whatever, you know, as long as you pick yourself back up and you get going again, you know, just keep on moving on.
That's everything.
That's everything. Yeah, okay, so I think I've said pretty much everything and put my thoughts and feelings across there. You know, here's one thing. I've been advised both sides of the coin that, you know, I shouldn't really talk about this, that it's not that important, which maybe to some degree, in the right context, it's not. You know, you are who you are, all right? People will accept you for who you are, especially in the industry, you know, and they'll see your talent and they'll see your skills and what have you, and your creativity come through, and that will outweigh anything negative that you've already said to yourself, because I guarantee you most people just genuinely, and I mean this in the nicest way, don't care. You know, even though you still have these feelings and thoughts, I mean, I still do, but just remember, they don't really care. As long as you can do the job and you are, you know, good at what you do, and you can deliver and you can better yourself and keep working and have fun and, you know, be a joy to work with, people ain't gonna care what's going on with your brain. But that doesn't mean to say that you don't have to talk about it. You know, like I say, talk about it with the right people. Anybody who's a decent person and you're having struggles with certain things will listen to you. You know, they will take the time to hear your worries and your concerns, etc. Just have a little more faith in yourself and keep pushing forward always. Okay, all right, anyway, I think I've said everything. In that case, let's bring this one to a close. Thanks for watching and spending some of your time with us here today. If you've got any thoughts, opinions, you know, suggestions, any questions, anything more you'd actually like me to go into detail with, then, you know, let me know down below. And if you've got a moment just to drop a like and maybe a share, that'd be great. Okay. All right, with that, I'll see you soon. Take care.